Welcome to the most massive game show, and welcome to Soccer Master for the love of football. I remain the radio paparazzi on the MRC. You're standing for like never before. Guys, quickly, let me indulge your knowledge on something. A Soccer Master is not a betting platform. And secondly, this is the show that will give you top-notch analysis like never before. We have the first segment, we have the second segment, and also we have the third segment. In the first segment, we discussed matches that were played across the weekend in every major league in the world of football. Secondly, the second segment we discuss about the Naija Baller segment. We look at players and making the rounds in the world of transfer and players scoring beautiful, beautiful goals in their club side and also the MPFL league. Guys, lastly, we look at boiling topics in the world of football. Just football, we look at boiling topics and we break it down for you bit by bit. I don't do this alone every day. I do this with my main man. Longman is the name. Welcome, man.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Soccer Master. I'm excited to be here this Monday because the weekend was all fun. I have my Nigerian players shining up and down and my favorite football club, the 3SC, the Oluyole Warriors, bagging the 3 back points in the bag and bringing it home. I'm very, very excited. I remember my humble self, Adeshola, and Nimash and Longman. I believe that my weekend is as excited as Paul's own. How Remo they do you now?
That's not the talking point right now. How Remo they do me is not your problem. Your problem should remain. I'm
telling you how excited I am, and I believe the reason for my excitement.
You need to be excited because you're not speaking up your first 3 points. I think you need to be excited.
That is
a whole enough.
The weekend was exciting. How was it for you?
It went well.
With Remo, Abi?
With Remo and everything that went down over the weekend. That's quickly tell us how your weekend went for you in the world of sport and
especially
football,
for your favorite football club,
yes,
please. How did your favorite football club turn out? We read that Maitoma, they give one player backhand. Well, let's get to the middle of it.
Quickly, guys, before we get to the middle of it, I want to indulge your knowledge on something. Please and please, I need to share Soccer Master to the world. Let somebody know about Soccer Master, and you can win something on the show by just sharing. Please and please, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and also we are on YouTube. The name is Soccer Master on YouTube. Please and please share it across the world. Let somebody know about Soccer Master. Longman, quickly over the weekend on Friday, we had matches that were played in France. Lorient against Rennes, the game ended 2-1 in favor of Lorient. Also the Bundesliga, we saw RB Leipzig against Stuttgart, the game ended 2-1 in favor of RB Leipzig. Also in Serie A in Italy, Bologna against Spezia, the game ended 2-0. Leeds against Salernitana picked up all 3 points away from home, the game ended 2-1. In La Liga, Almeria against Espanyol, the game ended 3-1 in favor of Almeria. Down just to the FA Cup, Manchester City against Arsenal. And talks are ongoing that Arsenal don't want to win the FA Cup. I think that's enough excuse to failure. You don't come out to say that. If you're not good, the best thing you can do is don't play. Don't come out to play. Abandon the match and say, okay, because we want to concentrate on Premier League, don't play. Longman, how did you see that match turn out?
Yeah, firstly, I want us to divert that attention into 2 points.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one is the game, Manchester City facing Arsenal. And what will the results, how will the results affect the 2 teams' season by the end of the day? So I will talk about the first one, and I will leave the second one for the third segment, where we need to bring in the conversation. Now, talking about that match, this is the first time Man City will be facing Arsenal this season, and the game was very well played. I see as Manchester City in the selection played his best legs. Yes, having Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Brot Haaland starts that game. I think those are the best legs for Manchester City, and I think he has learned the lesson away at St. Mary when he faced Southampton in Carabao Cup. He believed that no cup trophy is a joke. I might possibly lose the Premier League. I have lost the Carabao. I won't want to lose the FA Cup. So I think that's why Pep Guardiola fixed his fit legs into that game. And if you look at that game, the game was balanced until Thomas Partey was out of that game. That was when City was able to pick something. And I always believe City will always defeat Arsenal as the game was going on. So I think it's kudos to Manchester City and Pep Guardiola.
Amazing. All right, guys, moving quickly with the speed of light. On Saturday, the League One and Troyes against Lens. The game ended 1-1. Both team picking, 1 point each. Also, Marseille against Monaco. The game ended 1-1. Also in the Bundesliga, Freiburg against Augsburg. The game ended 3-1 in favor of Freiburg. Hertha Berlin against Union Berlin. They are now playing catch-up with Bayern Munich. The game ended 2-0 in favor of Union Berlin. Also, Hoffenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach. The game ended 4-1 in favor of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Also, Mainz at Bochum. The game ended 5-2 in favor of Mainz. Werder Bremen against Wolfsburg. The game ended 2-1 in favor of Werder Bremen. Also, Bayern Munich against Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, another draw. Long man.
Yeah, looking at Bayern Munich, I said, even though, no matter how the result is affecting them, no matter how bad the momentum they are, they're actually going to win the league. That's number one. But nevertheless, there are some things that you don't allow that kind of thing to attach or destroy or put a taint to your name because you are Bayern Munich, the biggest club in Germany. So you want that record, that name, that fear to still be in the opposition.
But do you feel that Union Berlin can, play a major catch-up on them right now?
No, I said earlier that no matter what is going to...
No matter how they draw reach,
they will win the league.
Wow.
It's always going to be Bayern Munich. The closest team to Bayern Munich is Borussia Dortmund, and they are not it. Union Berlin are just trying to do a magic, try to put a statement up there, just like Tottenham trying to win the league. And you know that the highest they can get is second, and next season you will not see them again. They are fighting for top 4 again. So that is what Union Berlin is trying to do. But Bayern Munich, I think they need to get their players fit. Manuel Neuer has been gone for a long while. It's just getting back. Sadio Mane just resumed recently to training. So I think their best legs need to return as soon as possible, and let's see where it's going to.
All right, guys, quickly in La Liga, Spain, Cadiz against Mallorca ended 2-0 in favor of Cadiz. Girona against FC Barcelona ended 1-0, another clean sheet. Long man, quickly.
Yeah, I said after that game against Girona that will this 1-0 keep coming? Like, will this one always save Barcelona? That was my way. Like, will this one always save Barcelona? Then I remembered that yes, the last 3 games they played, 1-1. But then their best leg and their goal scorer has not been playing in that game. That is Robert Lewandowski. Okay. So probably that is why they are just scoring 1-0. But at least we have to give it to Xavi Hernandez for at least grinding out the result one way or the other. Because the best way is
keeping clean sheet.
I want to give kudos to that back line. Presently, yes, Busquets is getting old. Yeah. Frankie de Jong is doing very well. But I think the midfield are doing a great job. I don't want to take anything away from the Araujo, Christensen, Jules Koundé. I don't want to take anything from it, but I'm telling you that if the basement of the middle is okay, then the defense are doing very well. And Ter Stegen is looking like a revived man at the goalpost. So I think Xavi Hernandez and Barcelona have something very large. By the end of season, they have to at least a trophy or two to their name.
And the Bible says, if the foundation is strong, what can the righteous do? That's why Longman is saying the basement is solid. So, and that basement is cemented with a whole lot of
concrete.
All right, guys. Also, Cardiff against Betis, it ended 1-0 in favor of Betis. Also, guys, quickly in the FA Cup in England, yes, major matches were played, but we're looking at the major one, Tottenham against Brighton. The game ended 3-0 in favor of Tottenham. Also, Manchester United against Reading, it ended 3-1 in favor of Manchester United. Down to Sunday with the speed of light. Yes, in France, we're picking major matches. Lyon against AC Ajaccio, they ended favor of Lyon 2-0, picking out 3 points. Also, PSG against Reims ended 1-1. Long man, quickly.
I was about to give kudos to Paris Saint-Germain for their good defense until that stupid guy went ahead and just gave a bad pass that made PSG considered yesterday, because PSG played most of that game with 10 players on the field because one of their players got red carded. So I want to say it's still a fair result at 1-1 at that level. All right, quickly, guys. Also, yes, Schalke 0-4 in the Bundesliga against Cologne, and it ended in a statement draw. Also, Bayern Leverkusen against Dortmund, Dortmund picking all 3 points against Bayer Leverkusen. In Spain, Valladolid against Valencia ended 1-0 in favor of Valladolid. Also, Osasuna against Atletico Madrid ended 1-0 in favor of Atletico Madrid. Celta Vigo against Athletic Bilbao ended 1-0 in favor of Celta. And also Real Madrid, another draw. Longman, is it safe to say Barcelona has the league now? Yeah. I want to say, I think Real Madrid need to make a statement and bring players, because presently I don't think they are ready for fight. All right, guys, quickly in the FA Cup, yes, rounding up quickly
in this first segment. In the FA Cup, Brighton against Liverpool ended 2-1 in favour of Brighton. Also Stoke City against Stevenage ended 3-1 in favour of Stoke. And also Wrexham against Sheffield United, even picking up a red card, the game ended 3-3. Now, we're going to have a replay match in that game. Guys, quickly, I urge you to please share Soccer Master and to the world. I thank you for staying connected to the first segment of the show. We'll be right back for the second segment. Do not go anywhere.
Welcome back to Soccer Master, ladies and gentlemen. I still remember my humble self, Adeshola Animashan, long man, the sports Wikipedia, the football dictionary, and that guy that gives you the total energy when it comes to Nigerian Premier Football League. I know you guys are excited when it comes to Nigerian Premier Football League because Nigerian superstars are doing well, very well. On the segment I'm going to talk about today, because this is Nigeria Ballers. I will talk about Nigerian Premier Football League. We talk about Nigerian players all around the world, and I can tell you that we are doing so well around the world. Yes, you all remember Kelechi Iheanacho always does it when it comes to the FA Cup. He does it again for Leicester City because he needs to come and save their A out of that shit they made themselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen, another one for us. I want to tell you that our superstars are doing very well. You know, I will not finish this segment without talking about Victor Osimhen. But before we go back to our Nigerians abroad that are doing very well, I want to tell you that Nigerian Premier League Football League happened during this weekend, and the result was very exciting because the 3SC, the Oluyole Warriors, I can tell you anywhere, we are now 5 points in the league, and we won our first game of the season during the weekend. But nevertheless, what are the scorelines that happened during the weekend? Lobby Stars was at home and spanked by SI United 3-0. Yes, Rangers International traveled to Niger, and Niger Tornadoes, it was a goalless draw at that stadium there. Wiki Tourist was at home and hosted Doma. It was also a goalless draw at that place. Sunshine Stars had their first win of the season, defeating Abia Warriors 1-0. Ladies and gentlemen, Rivers United, the defending champions, they won away from home 2-1 against Dakar. I want to tell you that there is one scoreline I would like to recite, but I'm going to say it for the last because they said, my brother, Paul, you still here with me now?
They with you, brother.
Yes, because I'm not in the studio alone. You know, I'm always fighting. I'm always arguing when it comes to Nigeria Premier Football League. I'm always having a clash with this, my brother from the same Southwest. Ladies and gentlemen, Eyimba of Aba defeated Kwara United. I'm worried about Kwara. When we get there, we'll talk about it. Eyimba of Aba defeated Kwara United 3-0. Plateau United traveled to Akwa United for nothing because Akwa United defeated them 1-0. My brother, Gombe United and Nasarawa United played a 1-1 draw.
Wow.
Another news that you guys want to hear. Remo Stars.
Yeah, Remo Stars, yeah. Well,
they traveled to Bendel.
Yes, we did.
God, may I not travel for nothing. Even if I will travel for nothing,
Amen.
Let me get something.
Amen.
Not to go there and concede 1 goal,
Amen.
2 goals, 3 goals.
Amen.
Shooting Stars has played 4 game week and they've not considered on 3 unreplied goals. Amen. Imagine, we went on an away game. Do you remember the first game of the season? Amen. And 3 Shooting Stars drew 3-3.
Amen.
As in, you went to Bender Insurance to go and concede 3 goals. Well, the result is that Bender Insurance defeated Remo Stars 3-0. And Shooting Stars, the Oluyole Warriors, sat down at the Lagos Salami Adama Simba Stadium to defeat the El Kanemi Warriors. We removed the Warriors out of their name and we beat El Kanemi 1-0. That is the result for the weekend. Now let's go to the recap of what happened during the weekend. Now, before that, Wiki Tourist, their chairman and manager, said they are giving their manager their technical manager, which is Mr. Kabiru Sulaimon Dogo, they are giving him 2 games ultimatum for them to make sure that if he's not winning any of the 2, he's going to lose his job. That is that on that. Now let's go to Remo. Remo traveled to Bendel to lose 3-0 after using Ojoro to defeat 3SC in the midweek. They now face Bendel National and lose 3 goals. What's happened?
I think it's safe to say we sit comfortable second on the table. Shooting Stars are still sitting, 5th on the table. So I think you know your king to the servant. You understand? So it's quite simple. You know, sometimes you win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some, and you know.
Is it by losing by 3 goals to new brother?
Oh, come on! That's to show that Benden Challenge has more class than
you don't even do go.
No, come
you
on.
They cut people ticket out there now.
No. I think I give credit to Benden Insurance for playing a fantastic football over the weekend in their home side. And I think I give them all credit for that. All 3 points is very important. But for Remo Stars, I think it's for them to wake up. Putting more energy in the team play, let the team come together and win more games. And I think it's safe for them to sit second on the table.
Thank you. I can see the pain in your voice. I know.
No, come on.
Okay, you won't tell the world that you expected that Raymond will lose to Benden Insurance 3 goals to 0. I bet Mo will talk something else.
All right.
Kwara United, after the game week 4, are yet to score a single goal in the Nigerian Premier Football League. What's wrong with Kwara?
I think that's to show that the ultimatum they're giving the coach right now is much needed. I think something needs to happen. Maybe from the department of the striking force, because sorry to go down to Manchester United, they needed to bring in Benny McCarthy, to strengthen the attack coaching board in the training area. I think, and we saw improvement in that area. So I think they need to bring in maybe somebody to help in that area to push them to do more, or maybe they need a creative midfielder to open up spaces for the strikers to score goals, or probably maybe change the coach if it's not bringing the winning mentality or the goal scoring mentality into the team. But something needs to be done quickly.
Talking about managers, I want to give kudos to Edith Olumide Agoye of Sunshine Stars in Akure. I want to tell you that he was the former 3SC, the Oli Warriors manager, and he's doing very, very well for Sunshine Stars presently. After game week 4, they drew 3 and they won 1. That means there are 6 points on the table. Sunshine Stars are playing incredibly well and unbeaten presently. If they are one of the 3 teams that are unbeaten presently on the league. We have Benden Insurance that defeated your team 3-0. Yes, we have the defending champions Rivers United, and we have Sunshine Stars of Akure. What do you think about Edith Olumide Agoye? Has he learned his lesson after losing the 3SC job?
Yeah, I think when you lose, you need to brace up yourself, learn more, look at the errors in the past. Okay, how can I improve in these areas? I think that's what helped him, to go ahead to coach and Sunshine Stars that are doing well now this season. So I think kudos goes to him for learning on the job, not just sitting back at home and say, okay, I think I've been sacked, and let me now bring the same mentality I brought during my time at the club I was before and bring it down to shooting. But I think it's bringing a new mentality, a new training technique, a new, a new mindset to the team that's helping the team, go forward this season.
Now, let me give you the updates on the table on the Nigerian Premier Football League. Benden Insurance is sitting at Group A, number 1 state, because he's having 12 points presently unbeaten, and he has won all games. Remo Stars are in number 2 of the Group A standings, and he's with 9 points.
He said Remo Stars are number 2.
I beg. Eyimba International of Aba are number 3 with 7 points, which means Remo Stars' leg in number 2 is presently shaking. Aqua United is also is sitting on number 4 on the table with 7 points. Shooting Stars of Ibadan are on number 5 with 5 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you that Kwara United and Nasarawa United are down in the relegation zone with 2 points and 1 point consecutively. Gombe United is in number 8 with 3 points at that. Now let's go to Group B, where we are having Rivers United, the defending champions, who has played 4 games and have 10 points to themselves. They are still unbeaten on the table. They are number 1.
Why didn't you say Shooting Stars' leg are shaking also? They're just 1 point adrift of him.
We are talking of Group B, bro. We are talking of Group B.
No, I'm sorry, you didn't state.
I'm now in Group B.
That's sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Group B. Number 2,
Are you scared of the position you're sitting right now? Are you scared?
I can assure you that Shooting Stars are not losing any game till game week 5.
Wow, I'm sure that's on record already. Superb. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are saying that Lobby Stars are number 2 in Group B with 9 points after game week 4, and Niger Tornadoes is in number 3 after game week 4 with 7 points. Who are those at the relegation zone? We are having Wiki Tourists with 1 point in number 10, and Rangers International of Enugu with 2 points in number 9. Bayelsa United is number 8 with 4 points. 4 points for Dakada as well, who is sitting at number 7 in Group B. That is that on Nigerian Premier Football League. Now let's go to Nigerians abroad that are doing very, very well, the Niger ballers. And as you know me, Anima Sham, that guy that will never be stingy, and I will give you the right portion and the right dose for the football in Nigeria. Now let's do this. our own superstars are doing very, very well. Ademola Lookman scored for Atalanta during the weekend, and also Kelechi Iheanacho against Roma when Jose Mourinho gave him a kudos that he is a good footballer. He scored again for Napoli again this week, and another player that is doing very, very, very well, Balogun, that Arsenal player that is now in Rennes, is doing very, very well in France and has scored more goals than Lionel Andres Messi of Paris Saint-Germain. I know you like that part. I know you like that part of Balogun scoring more goals than Lionel Andres Messi. That's it for the Niger Ballers this week, and that's it for the segment today. Let's go and stay tuned for the third segment where I will give you the full analysis and the full banter of what happens during the weekend. Stay tuned with Soccer Master, and I love you guys.
Welcome back to the third segment of today's show. A Soccer Master is still the name, and I still remain the radio paparazzi on the MRC. Guys, quickly, I still have a long band with me, but let me indulge your knowledge again on something. Please and please, I need you to share Soccer Master to the world. Let somebody know about Soccer Master. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and also we're on YouTube. Guys, quickly, there's a game app I want you to know about, and the name is Quiz Express Smart Buzzer. Quiz Express Smart Buzzer is the name. I want you to download it. Go back to your Google Play Store and your Apple Play Store and download Quiz Express Smart Buzzer. Once you do that, register with your name. And once you also register with your name, you need to get a PIN. But how do you get the PIN? You need to wait till Friday on the show by 7 p.m. to get your PIN. Once you get your PIN, you need to be very observant, because the reason why I'm saying very observant is on Friday, I joined in and I was keenly observant on how to get the PIN. I did not know that the PIN was just in one corner, so I was expecting it to flash like this or like this, but I had to pay close attention to where the PIN was. So get your PIN and come back to the app and register on that PIN and start to play for a sum of 5,000 naira. Now, with the most points, 3 people will win 5,000 naira with the most points. With the most points, you earn yourself 5,000 naira on the show. Leaving that alone, guys, quickly we're looking at Manchester City and Arsenal on Friday. Right now, Arsenal are out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, in the first segment, I said I will speak about the match, and in the third segment, I will be analyzing the effects of that match to both Manchester City and Arsenal. Yes, and I spoke about the match in the first segment. Now, to the second segment, the third segment, now I want to say, Man City, Pep Guardiola needs to do what he did on that very day, because he has lost the Carabao. He's not very sure about winning the league.
And also the UEFA Champions League.
UEFA Champions League, he said, once there is Real Madrid, there is no guarantee that Man City is ever going to win the Champions League. So the next trophy he could get a strap on the neck on is the FA Cup. So he's not ready to joke with it. And he needs to test his players, test his waters, facing Arsenal, because there are still fixtures he's still going to face Arsenal in the Premier League. And the only way he could win the Premier League is to make sure that he defeated Arsenal on both legs. So now he has defeated Arsenal now, which means he has a chance of winning the FA Cup. Now, also the Arsenal side, I think Mikel Arteta is giving himself a tough job. Ask me why.
Why?
Yeah, last season he was out of the Carabao Cup by January. He was out of the FA Cup by January. Then he was out of the UEFA Europa League by March. Hoping that he will get the top 4 ticket, because Arsenal was on the top 4 till around March ending. Do you get? But then the pressure started coming. The moment they were out of the Europa League, they were under pressure, because they believe that they will go find the Europa League, and then they get top 4 ticket. But the moment they are out of the Europa League, they were under pressure.
So you think that right now it's going to play a part again?
A part again, because you don't lose all ground. You don't put your eggs in one basket.
In what sense?
Yes, he is now focusing on winning the league now. Like so, to some Arsenal fans, they believe that they are breaking the shackles. They don't want to be distracted. They want to concentrate. They were concentrating last season, and they still couldn't make the top 4. So what is the assurance that if they concentrate this season, they will win the league?
So you're saying the idea of not starting the major players would affect, or affected the game against the Manchester City?
If he has started his better legs, not that he's now bringing in Odegaard later on. That's what Manchester City did against Southampton. He was bringing in Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Brotherland later on, and the game is gone.
The game was done already.
Yes. So next time, I think now Arteta is inviting another pressure, because Arsenal fans out there are expecting trophy, not top 4. They are expecting a trophy, not top 4, because Arsenal has invested a lot for Mikel Arteta, bringing in players and spending money. Imagine they are ready to spend another 70 million on Caicedo, a backup player to Thomas Partey. He's not coming straight to the squad.
Oh, okay, you mean a backup player to Partey or Lokonga?
Both. Can you imagine? You are investing. I said the same thing when we were talking about Chelsea signing Cucurella. You invested 50 million on Ben Chilwell few seasons ago to come and replace Marcus Alonso.
Yeah.
Few seasons ago, you are paying another 60 million again for Cucurella. You don't do that.
Again, I think another replacement has come in again.
It is not done anywhere. So I think Mikel Arteta is inviting a lot of pressure, losing that FA Cup to Manchester City.
All right, guys, what do you think about what Longman is saying? He's saying, you know, Arteta is inviting a whole lot of pressure on himself after losing the game to Manchester City in the FA Cup. What do you think about that statement from Longman? Moving away from the Manchester City and Arsenal game, we're moving straight to Manchester United injury problems. You know, the problem is not the S factor probably, but you know, we need to add the S to it because Eriksen and McTominay right now are injured.
Yeah, Manchester United fans out there are calm about the Glazer out, because there were rumors that they are possibly going to sell Manchester United. And why is the Glazer out noise lower
now?
Yes, because Eric Ten Hag is doing a great job. Not that the Glazer are doing a great job. Because I look at the top 6 presently and I'm seeing Man City signing players, Chelsea signing numerous players. Liverpool has signed Cody Gakpo this season, this January, this winter. Then we have Tottenham Hotspur signing, hijacking the player,
deals,
and still signing players. Then you see Newcastle signing Anthony Gordon from Everton.
Amazing.
That is another big one. Then guess what? Manchester United loan Weghorst from a club I don't even remember the name, but okay, Besiktas. A player owned by Burnley, loaned to Besiktas, and from Besiktas loaned to Manchester United. You see that route, and this team believe that they are fine. Now, in the middle of the park, Scott McTominay is out.
All right.
Eriksen is injured now. And the engine room of Manchester United, they were shouting against Arsenal that the only reason they lost the game against Arsenal is because Casemiro was not around. Now imagine Casemiro getting injured. United is back to Fred and Weber. Pastor Fred and Weber. And now that is a big problem. Donny van de Beek is injured as well. So which means Man United management needs to invest. You want the result, then you invest. Don't come and put the pressure on the manager that the manager is wrong. Yes, you lose. Last season alone, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there, Ralf Rangnick was there, Mikel was there, and United ended up staying in number 6. So it is one thing that is constant, which is the management. And the reason the management is the problem is because they are not investing. So if you invest, they will see the result. The people that are winning presently, Arsenal is winning presently because Mikel has invested very, very well. He was the one that signed this guy, Nuno Tavares. Okay. He has Kieran Tierney. He signed Nuno Tavares. Now he brought Zinchenko again, which means in the 3 side alone he has invested very well.
Invested properly.
Sure you get, which means Arsenal has invested. Mikel Arteta has signed over 15 players since coming to Arsenal. Over 15 players.
And each player has a backup. Amazing.
Mikel know they play safe. Look at Fabio Vieira played against, even though he's not a player like Odegaard, but he's still a backup. So which means, yes, he's doing very, very well. So I think it is high time Manchester United board invest more.
All right, guys, I'm moving away from Manchester United quickly. We're looking at one man, Moise Caicedo. You know, he came out to say something. He said, you know, I'm grateful for the management at Brighton. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I come from a very, very poor background, and I think I want to move, I want to do this, I want to do that. Longman, for a player under contract, those statements wasn't needed. And do you think it's high time for him to go? What would you suggest as a brother or as an agent? What would you have told him to do?
Gone are the days when players are very, very loyal. I think these days player has the most power. Since the involvement of release clause in Spain, I knew that players will now have more power. Because let's assume they said Paul Abe release clause is 30 million pounds. Whether your club is giving 500,000, the moment
a team is able to
King Steph says this is 30 million pounds, boom, you're out. Do you get? Now Caicedo wants to leave Brighton and Hove Albion. They can allow him go. They allow Bissouma go and they are doing very, very well. They allow Cucurella go, they are doing very, very well.
Under contract?
Under contract, no player has left free transfer. They signed it, Trossard has left, and they still defeated Liverpool. They drew one, they drew Liverpool in the
Just
Premier League.
I want to.
And they won in the midweek in the FA Cup, which means Brighton will always be fine, irrespective of whoever they are allowed to go.
Amazing.
Do you get? But the only reason Brighton doesn't want him to go is if you look at Brighton on the table, they have a chance of playing in Europe next season. That's one. And two, it is January. Nobody wants to sell their best player. Caicedo is not their best player. They bought him less than 10 million.
10 million, yeah.
Few months ago. It is few months ago. Because if I call few months like it's 14.
Come on, a few months. I think
it's few months.
Few years. Let's say few years.
It's not up to 2 years. So it's not up to 2 years. So it's few months ago to me. So look at how much they are allowing these guys to go. How much does this player cost them? Look at Enzo Fernandez. They are saying 120 million euros or no deal. Enzo Fernandez didn't cost Benfica 10 million euros few months ago. And guess what? This kind of team will always replace this kind of players. So I think Arsenal is too desperate. Yes, there is news going around that Arsenal is ready to pay 70 million.
Yes, 70.
But Brighton said, even if you are ready to pay 80, we are not allowing this guy to go. They allow him to go home. They said, don't even come to training. If Arsenal is in your head, go home. Don't come to training. They played Liverpool without Caicedo, and they won.
They won the game.
So they are trying to let him know that we can do without you. We are not allowing him to go because of what you said. You don't need to go openly. There is a way you have to be loyal.
Yeah, you can just
sit down with your agent and these people.
With the board,
I beg.
let's discuss.
Allow me go. This is my big chance. Arsenal might not come for me anymore.
Amazing. All right. We're discussing about Moise Caicedo. What do you think about that statement from him? And also, what do you think about the club? Should they allow him go? Should they keep him? And also, is it the right move for him right now? Because, some players, most of the time, they don't reason. They just reason about the money, the club. They don't even look at, would I have much playing time in that club I'm moving to immediately? So, guys, drop a statement for us, and let's see what you think about Moise Caicedo's move away from Brighton. Longman, any more do you have anything to say before we wrap up the show?
I want to give kudos to my own brother, my own G, my co-business partner, Victor Osimhen of Nigeria. I remembered him having 10 goal contribution under 17 for Nigeria back in the World Cup, and I always see that he will be up there. Also, Mourinho commenting that he's a top player is just part of the incredible stuff that he's doing. He scored a goal against Roma, and he's taking it's more steps for Napoli to win the league. So it's just a shout out for Victor Osimhen right there. And let's round it up for the show.
All right. Yes, we're giving a major shout out to Victor Osimhen and every Nigeria baller doing proud. Doing us proud in Nigeria currently. And we say thank you so much, guys. Thank you also to our top fans for always connecting to Soccer Master for the love of football. Trust me, the love is not enough, but the best we can say is please stay connected and make sure you share as Soccer Master and to the world. Till we see again tomorrow. The name is the Reti Paparazzi on the MRC. Longman also is here with me, and we are saying bye-bye from all of us from Soccer Master for the love of football.
Ciao. I see you guys tomorrow.